What is going on, everybody? So, obviously, as a lot of you guys know, my channel is not up and running right now. YouTube is doing some, messed up stuff with me. So for now, I'll be posting content on this channel as well as the AFC South Roundtable YouTube channel. So definitely be sure to sub both of them up. And if you guys could, man, definitely share this video out to people that you know who support me. Let's see if we can get up to, 1,000 subscribers here pretty quickly. But hell of a time to not have a YouTube channel, right? It got taken down right in the middle of my Bulky fired stream, and it's still down. So all the stuff that's happened since then, from Trent Baalke getting fired to Tony Boselli stepping up in the search, to now Liam Coen ghosting his team and taking interviews with the Jaguars, and now a deal isn't done, but it's gonna happen. Liam Coen will be the next head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's exciting stuff just because you have a brand new everything, man. I mean, we have a new GM. A new GM is going to come in here and be able to evaluate this roster with fresh eyes. I think that's a huge thing because, I think keeping Ethan Waugh, my only worry about him is that, look, he's been involved in all the Trent Baalke scouting meetings or whatever, and, and they build up their board. So he has a bias toward maybe some of these players. Maybe he was a guy that, was a big Mason Smith guy. So, I think coming in here, getting a fresh talent evaluator to be able to look at this roster, they can say, okay, this is what needs to be done. I don't have any ties to any of these players. And then obviously Liam Coen, I mean, he did some amazing things over there for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Even though he's been kind of job hopping around 1 year here, 1 year there and everything, the main thing about him is that he's wanted to be a play caller. Couldn't do that for the Los Angeles Rams, got the opportunity to do it for the, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the offense runs good. The route concepts are good. It's a physical football team. He's going to build up the trenches. I mean, he's going to say everything he needs to say. So, I mean, for now, it's going to be really exciting because all of us are, we got a new head coach. We got the process, of course, was very, very rocky. But I'm so happy we didn't wind up with Robert Saleh, because that's what I couldn't tell myself that. I couldn't sell myself on that. I mean, maybe after a few months, but man, they're saying, oh, Robert Saleh didn't get a fair shake for the New York Jets. Woody Johnson is a lunatic. Well, yeah, well, why did he take the job then? He knows that going in, so he doesn't deserve an opportunity just this early yet. And then now it looks like, from all reports, he's going to be the defensive coordinator for the 49ers. So we'll see what the Jaguars decide to shift focus on defensive coordinator. I know the way I look at it, man, I just want to have it where Liam Coen is solely focused on this offense, and he brings in a defensive coordinator that it can be his job. That's his duty. Like, he is the defensive guy. He has, a defensive coordinator has done it a lot before. I mean, you look at the Eagles and, they're paying, what's his name? He was a former coach, former head coach for the Broncos, whatever. But, bring in one of those guys, have a, gosh, it's really bothering me. Someone's going to correct me. But, have a Jim Swartz, have a Mike Flores, have, hopefully maybe we bring in, the other dude that's being interviewed from the Raiders. I'm sorry, I'm blanking all these names right now. But, he's coming in for different interviews. But just have a guy that come in and say, okay, this is your responsibility. You're the defensive guy. I'm going to focus on offense, and that's the separation of duties. So it's really, really good. And Shad Khan, Tony Boselli, after being the interim executive vice president of football operations, is already moving things in the right direction. Shad Khan wants a coach-centric team, which is what I'm all about. A lot of teams like to hire GM first and then head coach. And honestly, I don't really like that approach, because I would rather you hire the best head coach out there, and then he finds a GM that understands the type of players that he wants. Because that's been the biggest downfall of a Trent Baalke, is that he has always been the top of the organization, and he doesn't listen to the coach when it comes to getting the type of players that they want. So, it's a lot easier to, draft players to fit what a coach likes to do on offense than to be given players and say, okay, coach around these players. You know what I'm saying? So there's a big win for that. This is a big win for Trevor Lawrence. I think a lot of the downfall of what's been Trevor Lawrence's career has been just the organization has been having a crappy culture around him. And, this might be his last head coach opportunity before, both sides says, it's gotten stale. I think, we need to move on or whatever, then Trevor Lawrence can go somewhere else, have his pick of teams, and just absolutely kill it for an organization that actually knows what the hell they're doing. So hopefully, you know, the process was bad. Hopefully Shad Khan accidentally gets it right. I'm not necessarily a big Tony Boselli for EVP guy, but, you know, when things get tough, Shad Khan needs somebody to lean on, right? And there can't be, and EVP is a tough position because, like, how do you hire an EVP? Like, you have to essentially get somebody who's very, very experienced, very, very smart, has had a lot of success, and there's not a lot of those guys just hanging around out there. You know, you might have to go, you know, find somebody that's doing TV or something like that. You know, of course, the Jaguars found Tom Coughlin, who's had a lot of success, but, you know, he was too old to really understand how to do it. So you need to find somebody that will be well respected. I mean, Tony Boselli's a Hall of Famer. And I think you also have to find somebody that really, really cares about the Jaguars. You know, you don't just hire someone, like a lot of these guys, like, you know, you hire them in here, they're wearing Jag stuff, and once they're fired, boom, Jags gear is thrown away. You know, like, how much is Doug Peterson going to be rooting for the Jaguars next year? Is Trent Baalke going to be rooting for the Jaguars? I mean, maybe Trent Baalke, just because, like, God, Shad Khan gave him every opportunity to be great. Maybe his allegiance to Shad Khan will be there. But yeah, you got to find someone who cares about the team, cares about the best interest, and, you know, Tony Boselli knows football, so we'll just have to see. And yeah, but that's kind of my recap. Later tonight, I'll probably sit down and actually, you know, write some notes, do a little bit more research, do a more thorough video. Right now, on my way to work, I'm a regular guy, I work on a 9-to-5 job, and YouTube decided to take away my side hustle. So, like I said, man, do me a huge, huge favor if you guys could, man. Subscribe to this channel, like the video. It'd be great to get this video to 1,000 views. Share it on the Facebook groups, Jaguars Let's Go, New Era Jaguars, you know, all the different Facebook groups. And, you know, if you have a friend that likes my YouTube channel, tell them, hey, UCF Jaguars over here making videos now. Here's what he thinks about Liam Coen. Really love you guys. Really appreciate you guys. Go Jags.